Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to the channel guys, I hope that all of you are doing well. Today I'm going to talk about a very nice, inexpensive hidden gem that isn't much talked about and I definitely think deserves more attention. The fragrance comes from the brand of Armaf and it's called Uomo Rosso and it's inspired by Invictus Victory Elixir from Paco Rabanne. So let me tell you more about this little gem in today's video. Uomo Rosso comes packaged in this red colored box, as the name would suggest. Rosso I think is the color red in Italian. On the front you got the name of the line of fragrances. The tag is a whole line of fragrances. You got the concentration, EDP, the bottle size 100 milliliters. On the side you get the actual name Uomo Rosso. On the back you get some sterling branding, Armaf and sterling branding. And then on the bottom there's a production date stamped on. In this case it's February of 2024. And once you take out the bottle, this is how the actual bottle looks. It carries the same design as all other fragrances. Again, red color with black accents. The cap is magnetic, although the magnets aren't strong enough to hold the whole bottle. You know, the whole bottle design is very tacky, but it's something that I've come to expect when it comes to Armaf fragrances. The note breakdown of Uomo Rosso has the following notes. The top notes are lavender, cardamom and aromatic notes. The middle notes are black pepper and spicy notes, and the base notes are patchouli, vanilla, tonka bean and incense. I'll show you the sprayer in action and then I'll tell you about the scent of Uomo Rosso. The sprayer is not the best sprayer in the world. It puts a nice amount of juice, but the spray, the distribution is not as good as I wanted it to be. But other than that, it still does its job. And now onto the scent of Uomo Rosso. As I said in the beginning of the video, this fragrance is very heavily inspired by Invictus Victory Elixir from Paco Rabanne. And if you are familiar with the original scent, you immediately recognize what Uomo Rosso has been inspired by. It opens up very sweet, but at the same time quite aromatic. There's a very strong lavender note with a hint of spiciness and quite a lot of vanilla. The cardamom note is here, one of those spicy notes, a hint of the black pepper, but to me the opening is dominated by the sweet vanilla note and the aromatic properties of the lavender note. The lavender feels really nice, really fresh and aromatic in the opening of this fragrance. When this goes into the dry down, you lose most of the spiciness out of this fragrance. On the dry down, the main note is of course the note of vanilla. There is maybe a hint of an ambery note as well, adding a little bit more sweetness. The tonka bean note is there, adding even more sweetness, a bit of powderness as well. The lavender is very prominent throughout the life of this fragrance, giving this aromatic feel to the whole scent. And also on the dry down, you're introduced to a little bit like a hint of incense, a bit of a smoky note that lies somewhere in the background, trying to balance out the sweetness along with the lavender note. All in all, this is a very sweet, very playful scent that is really nice to wear, and the quality of the scent actually is very high. When it comes to how close this fragrance is to the original scent, it's very heavily inspired, unmistakably inspired by Invictus Victory Elixir, but at the same time this feels a little bit fresher. It feels also a little bit more aromatic compared to the original fragrance, maybe a hint less sort of an sweet compared to the original scent. And one thing I forgot to mention is also that in the opening of this fragrance there's a hint of citrusy freshness as well, which adds even more freshness to the opening, making this a bit fresher, even more fresher compared to the original scent. On the dry down it becomes pretty similar, but again feels a little bit more aromatic and feels a little bit less sweet compared to the original scent, but all around it's very similar, and in the air smells almost identical to the original fragrance from Paco Rabanne. When it comes to performance, this is another area where I was very pleasantly surprised by Uomo Rosso. The total longevity that I've been getting out of this fragrance is somewhere in the vicinity of 8 to 9 hours, with pretty nice projection in the first up to 2 hours. It's not super loud projecting fragrance, but still will project at least moderately, even moderately for up to 2 hours which in my opinion is very decent performance, you know, as a total. When it comes to the price, I'm quoting what I paid for this fragrance, and in order to get it I paid about 23-24 euros, which I think makes it a very, very nice deal considering of the good quality of the scent and the good performance that I'm getting out of Tachym Uomo Rosso. And when it comes to versatility, it's pretty similar versatile wise to the original fragrance, but this, because of the fact that this is a little bit more aromatic and feels slightly fresher and less sweet compared to the original scent, this can be worn pretty much all year round in my opinion, as long as you don't go too heavy on the sprayer in the summertime. But other than that, this is a really, really versatile and easy to wear fragrance from Armaf. And at the end, a few final words about Tachym Uomo Rosso. But first of all, just wanted to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, which is called J Bowie. At least his nickname is such. He was the guy that actually recommended me this fragrance, and because of him I started looking around, you know, trying to get the Tachym Uomo Rosso, and I really want to thank him because I think this fragrance is a real hidden gem. And now on to the final thoughts. I really think that Armaf did a great job with the Tachym Uomo Rosso. They made a small twist to the original DNA of Invictus Victory Elixir. They made the fragrance a little bit more aromatic, they made it a little bit fresher, slightly less sweet on the dry down, slightly less glowing compared to the original fragrance, and the end result is actually really, really nice. Tachym Uomo Rosso offers very nice scent profile with good quality, a very wearable scent that at the same time has a very good performance. It's a very playful, very modern scent profile that can be worn pretty much all year round, will get you compliments, and again has a very, very good performance and has a very low price. The only thing that I don't like about this fragrance, like most other Armaf scents that I have in my collection, is the whole presentation and the bottle design, which is really, really ugly and tacky. But apart from that, this is a really, really nice scent, and the bottle design should not stop you from getting this fragrance, because I really think that this is a hidden gem. Cheapie from Armaf, a 10 out of 10 Cheapie. Just again, remember one thing, whenever you're getting uninspired by fragrance, especially from the Middle East, you need to have a slightly lower expectations when it comes to the quality and the performance. This is a good performer, has good quality, but it cannot match the quality of the original scent. But then at the end of the day, it costs about a fraction of the original price. So my final feelings on Tachym Uomo Rosso will be a huge like, maybe even a love for this fragrance, and this is probably at the current time my most favorite inspiration when it comes to Invictus Victory Elixir from Paco Rabanne. And so guys, in today's video I showed you what I think I do believe is a 10 out of 10 Cheapie from Armaf that's called Tachym Uomo Rosso. I hope that you found this video interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in the next one. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.